Good evening, everyone. As Param said, my name is Tedra Burgess, and I'm the Managing Director of the Federal Civilian Practice at Google Public Sector, an organization formalized and officially stood up after years of commitment to government and service last year under the incomparable leadership now of Karen Dayhut. So honored to be a part of what we have stood up there at Google. On behalf of our team, we are honored to co-chair tonight's remarkable event alongside ICIT, an organization renowned for doing vital work in support of our nation's critical infrastructure. Tonight is about celebration and recognition, so I do want to take a moment once again to recognize our honored award winners so far this evening. Harry Cressa, Undersecretary Robert Silvers, and again, Edna Conway. Let's give them another round of applause. What an incredibly inspiring evening so far. A colleague of mine that is familiar with ICIT and I shared a chuckle, and she actually reminded me that many of us in this space refer to tonight's event as the cyber prom. And I got to tell you, you guys look good. You look good. And we don't give many opportunities to do this in that regard and to have a little bit of fun. And Joyce and I talked about that as well. So a quick story, if you'll indulge me, very quick. I was interviewed recently on the topic of leadership. So what's interesting about that? My interviewer was not at all familiar with tech or cybersecurity or government's role in any of the above. In fact, she laughed at me with surprise when I responded that I loved working with and supporting the government. Love? Really? She said. You see, she immediately associated government with politics and division as a difficult sector to navigate. I laughed too when I realized I better understood where she was coming from. She was equating that with the realization of the complexity of the changing world stage and everything that we see happening today. We all feel it. I explained to her, I endeavor not to confuse mission with politics and to focus instead on whatever small part that is that I can do to continue to advance that mission. It was an aha moment for her and one that I delighted in sharing this passion, not simply for government, but for the outcomes that we can achieve together. I tell a lot of folks, I've had the pleasure to be in this space for almost 25 years. As much as I am enamored with technology, my true love are the outcomes that we can drive. So every opportunity I have to partner with Param, Joyce, and the team at ICIT is evidence of that passion and is rooted in shared purpose. I was honored to stand here in 2019 recognizing luminaries in government, and I am again honored to be speaking with you all here tonight. Through many years of partnership with Param and ICIT, I've seen the impact, the reach, the intentionality, the community building, the knowledge sharing and education, and the constant evolution of this forum for government, academia, and industry to unite in purpose of protecting and defending our nation's critical infrastructure. So Param, it is my pleasure to also honor you, my friend, for this most incredible body of work. I thank you, and the team at ICIT for bringing us together tonight. So, at Google, we share this commitment to security, safety, and intention behind driving real mission impact. We believe technology has the power to solve many of the world's most pressing problems, and we are committed to using our resources and expertise to make a difference. We recognize the work of government is not without complexity, and difficult decisions must be made every day, and those decisions are informed in a number of ways, but they are always driven by the mission. This is especially true today at the intersection of security and AI. By now, we've all experienced, and hey, we just heard a limerick earlier, which was pretty cool. By now, we've definitely all experienced and had that opportunity, perhaps directly or through our children, to discover and experience that curiosity found in leveraging the consumer versions of generative AI tools like Bard or ChatGPT to do some amazing and sometimes fun things. But it is at the mission where enterprise AI is already making transformative impacts. At Google, we're taking a very deliberate approach with our customers, many of you in this room, to use enterprise AI securely and responsibly with clearly stated policies and frameworks. It's yielded many mission breakthroughs, from AI-powered microscopes detecting pathogens to AI-powered cybersecurity systems that reverse engineer malware and expedite incident response. And our cloud-native security platform with its zero trust architecture and built-in intelligence, providing government agencies with an unparalleled level of protection. Secure and responsible AI is a national priority, and we are committed to bringing our unmatched history of innovation and expertise to our ongoing partnership with the government and through our public and private partnerships like ICIT. We believe that collaboration between public and private sectors is essential to making progress on critical issues such as our defense, education, healthcare, and economic development. We're so grateful for the opportunity to partner with our government and allies around the world to address these most complex challenges. This transformative digital transformation we see across the government will continue to be led by visionary and innovative leaders. And tonight, as we recognize several of them, I can't think of a better way to wrap things up than by recognizing the extraordinary work of this year's Pioneer Award winner. So without further ado, it truly is my honor and privilege to introduce someone who needs no introduction, Jen Easterly, Director of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, to announce this year's Pioneer Award.
All right, thank you very much. Hey, everybody. Okay, well, it's really, the word community has come out a lot tonight. It's really, really cool to be with so many friends and to see Harry and Rob and Edna recognized. And I was thrilled to be able to have the opportunity tonight to announce the Pioneer winner for 2023. In particular, I do really want to thank ICIT, Param, Joyce, Corey, congratulations on the new responsibilities. When you think about critical infrastructure and you talk to the American people about critical infrastructure, generally their eyes glaze over because they think well, that's a really technical term. I don't want to deal with those critical infrastructure people. But, everybody in this room knows that critical infrastructure is what drives our daily lives. It's about water, it's about healthcare, it's about education, it's about transportation, it's about communication. It really does underpin and power our daily lives. And so what this institute does is so critically important to America, and I'm really, really grateful. And I'm excited about the gala that Corey's going to plan for your 10th anniversary. That's going to be a really great one. So I can think of few more people, few more deserving of the Pioneer Award than Venus Goodwine, and I'm absolutely honored to be able to introduce you tonight. For the past 35 years, Venus has made an impact everywhere she's gone. She's been a cyber leader in the private sector, in the military, in the federal government. She's worked in all corners of InfoSec, Edna, with experience leading large organizations, developing strategy and policy, establishing governance, overseeing cybersecurity operations, executing IT acquisition and program management. Not the sexiest thing, but perhaps the most important thing when you think about the power of procurement. Her career began with the Air Force in 1986, joining active duty as a SIGINT analyst, near and dear to my heart, then transitioning to the reserve as a communications and information officer. Over her distinguished career, she established herself as a cyber leader within the Department of Defense, serving at squadron, group, wing, joint, and combined levels as senior cybersecurity advisor for the Marine Corps System Command and as a lead cyber policy analyst at the Air Force headquarters. This next one is pretty fantastic for me because from 2018 to 2021, Venus led change at the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Now, right? Now, CISA serves as the operational lead for the Federal Civilian Executive Branch. And that's about 101 departments and agencies. And since I came to this job, I have gained a deep appreciation for what it means to be a CIO and a CISO at one of those departments and agencies. And, you know, it is not easy. And what you were able to do at the Department of Agriculture was nothing short of transformational, right? Modernizing security posture, consolidating the SOC, continuously advocating for innovative ways to make change. And I don't know if people know what FITARA is here, but anybody know? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. From an F to a Bravo. That's pretty darn good. Pretty darn impressive. Pretty darn impressive. Now, Venus returned to the Department of the Air Force in 2021 as Director of Enterprise IT, and just this past August was appointed as the Chief Information Officer, where she supports 20,000 cyber operations and support personnel around the globe and a portfolio valued at $18 billion. Now, Venus's resume speaks for itself, but look, we all know this is Washington, D.C. You know, everybody in this town has an impressive resume, right? So I just want to mention a couple things why I wanted to come here and present this award tonight. You know, because Venus is a trailblazer, but in my view, what sets you apart, what makes you a true pioneer in a field where technical intelligence is frankly often valued over emotional intelligence. You got both, sister. Big time. She's a technical thought leader, but she's also a tremendous people leader. I did my research on you, by the way. She's a listener. She's a team builder. She's a coach. She's a mentor. She's a friend. She's uncompromising in her standards, but she's also uncompromising in her compassion for others. She's the kind of leader that people want to be around because she knows the meaning of servant leadership. She knows the meaning of the value of authenticity, of courage, of moral courage. And I'm in particular really happy to give this award to you on the eve of Veterans Day for your incredible service to the nation in uniform and as you continue to serve the nation. Thank you for being an amazing partner, an amazing leader. And without further ado, it's my great honor and privilege to award Venus Goodwine with the 2023 ICIT Pioneer Award.
Gain my composure. I was almost crying, Jen. Get my composure back. I realized that the hour is late and I am between you and the bar that closes at 11:30. So hold on. I checked. So first, Parm, thank you to you and ICIT. Joyce, you're a gem. Thank you so very much. Corey, congratulations on your role. Tedra, thank you. I appreciate that. And I will tell you that Jen Easterly is my shero, and she knows it. Not only is she brilliant, but boy, she makes cyber look good too. You ever watch her dress? Yes, always. I just want to get a couple of thank yous out of the way. I have to first start with my love, my husband, retired Chief Master Sergeant Rod Goodwine. Thank you, 28 years of service. It's my ride or die. Everybody must have one. But I also want to tell you I'm fortunate tonight to also have my inspiration that started it all for me, and it's my big sister who's over there in the corner. Stand up. My big sister Sandy that came in from Illinois is the reason I joined the Air Force in the first place, serving 20 years herself, and my brother-in-law here, he served 24 years, so we are a military family. I'll shameless plug and say she's also a bronze sponsor tonight, so thank you. But really, and around the room as well, to all of you, my former colleagues, those that I work with, those that have worked for me, because I tell you, if you're a leader and no one's following you, you're just taking a walk by yourself in the park. So I thank you for that. Happy that I've had the opportunity to come back and really reconnect with everyone. And of course, to my veterans, Tamara, thank you for your service. When I thought about accepting the Pioneer Award, I asked ChatGPT. Also, Bard, whoever, right? Pioneer. So I recognize it's an honor and it's a privilege to accept this award, but more than anything, I know it's a responsibility. And so I just want to, before you go, talk to you really quickly about pioneers and why this is so important and why I say that it's a responsibility. Because pioneers are often categorized because of their initiative and their courage and their willingness to embrace challenges and not run away from them, but really to embrace the uncertainty and then turn that into something that is useful. So I've had the opportunity and been fortunate in my career to do that, all for the betterment of the society in which we live. And my career has afforded me the opportunity, as you heard, intelligence community, cybersecurity, cyberspace, adjunct faculty from multiple colleges. I love it when I could teach our workforce of tomorrow and I see that light come on, because I tell them cybersecurity is about risk. You got to understand the risk. And they go, really? And I talk RMF and all those other things that we talk about. But I'm in the day of mission assurance. So we went from InfoSec to mission assurance to cybersecurity, so all those things. But really, what brought it home for me was being at USDA, and when COVID hit, just something really simple. If you know individuals that receive any of the EBT benefits, one thing we learned during COVID was our policies prevented them from receiving those benefits. You say, why? What are you talking about? Because they have a card, and on that card, you can only use it at certain places. Online is one place you cannot use that EBT card. Well, when COVID happened and everyone went home, guess what? How are they going to get food with those benefit cards? We didn't think about that. So being the CISO at Department of Agriculture at that time, I had to make a risk-based decision. We needed to change the policy because society needed it. And so it's that type of work and those types of opportunities I've had the opportunity really to be a part of, and really just to think about, I am so lucky. No, I am so blessed to be able to have those types of opportunities. But pioneers also paved the way so that others can follow as well. So in many years in public service, I will tell you, and I know I didn't receive the award for this, but really I stand also because I'm the first African-American female to be the Department of the Air Force CIO. That matters. That's that responsibility piece that I talk about, so that when others see me, other minorities see me, they go, yep, that's possible. And I'm willing to share my story and tell you exactly what I did. And I will tell you, it was people. It was coaches, mentors, advocates when I wasn't in the room. All of that is why I stand before you today. And my goal is so that I could just leave things a little better than when I found it. So before I get off the stage, so that we can hit the bar together, I'm just going to commit to you one thing, and that is I will continue to forge a way for others to follow. And more importantly, I will always pay it forward. Thank you for this great opportunity and this award.